So today we're going to be talking about how to actually double or triple your income in the next 6 to 12 months. Of course, today we're talking about six-figure earners, and six figures by definition really can be a range from $100,000 earners all the way up to $999,099. So just under a million. So when you talk about six figures, most people are only thinking about $100,000, but a half a million, quarter of a million, 175,000, all the way up to just under a million is a six-figure earner. But even if you're like 80 to 90,000, $80 to $90,000, that's close enough that these same principles and these same strategies can work for you. And the reason why I'm talking about six figure and above, or even right at the cusp of breaking through to your first six figures, it can work for you is because what I found is that you're ready. Like most six-figure earners or people who are high level entrepreneurs are ready to implement and execute at such a speed. And you understand that speed is completely tied to wealth, right? And of course, in order to become wealthy, you have to learn how to make a lot of money fast versus a lot of money slow over a slower period of time. And so normally high level entrepreneurs understand that, and they know that it's going to be work. And you can do this, of course, at five figures, but depending on your level of five figure, right, it may take you longer because you have to become the person, right? It's a lot more footwork because you have a lot more development to do. You have a lot more positioning and things of that nature. And normally six-figure earners, they're already like right there. Like you've done some footwork in order to get to where you are. You've done a lot of personal, professional development to get where you are. And so anyway, but today, these concepts will work for anyone. Absolutely. You just have to be willing and ready to do the work. Okay. Regardless of where you are in your income and in your business. All right. So, so today I'm going to be talking about how you can actually double or triple your income in the next 6 to 12 months. Those of you who actually take action and are ready to execute within the next 90 days, it can happen for you a lot sooner. But I am just at least giving you some leadway for 6 to 12 months of being able to double the revenues without working harder. Now, we're not talking about working more hours. We're not talking about chasing more customers. We're talking about strategic systems that you can put into place to double your revenues and your results in your business. So anyway, three main things, and I'm going to break it down of what you can do. The first thing is optimize your business, maximize your power, and systemize your process. Okay. So, number one, when I talk about optimizing your business, we're talking about the business that you have built, all the time that you have put into your business. Now it's time to optimize it, that foundation. Without working harder, number one, you have to learn how to position yourself to sell to a premium buyer. And you have to be able to attract that premium buyer. And how you attract them is by optimizing your business, optimizing your business foundation. Well, you have to ask yourself, well, who's the premium buyer? Of course, we all know there's two premium buyers that exist in the world. You qualify for one of them, it automatically qualifies you for both. Okay. The first number one biggest purchaser of all products and services in the world is the government. The second one is corporations. What do you need to do to qualify for them? That is what I mean by optimizing. Look at your business foundation. What do you have? And look at what are they requiring you to have in order to qualify for them to write a check. One premium buyer can write you a six-figure check, or up to six-figure check can be 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, 700,000, or it could be up to 999,099. So up to a million, like just right under a million. Number two, maximizing your power. Small business certifications allows you the ability to flex and maximize on your power. You have to be in position. So here's what I mean by that. The government buys everything. The government wants to buy from me. You don't necessarily have to have certifications because anybody can do business with the government. However, the certifications gives you power. You have to learn to stand in your power. Here's the statistic. And you can go to usaspending.gov and look the statistic up. In 2020, the U.S. federal government, we're talking about federal. There's three levels to government. There's local, state, and federal. So when I share with you the monies that was spent, just know you're going to be wowed, but you're going to be even more wowed to know that there was other agencies, other levels of government spending even more or just as much on business services. Okay. So the federal government spent upwards of $10 trillion on business products and services. So out of the 10 trillion, guess how much was obligated, mandated, earmarked, set aside for small businesses? Wait, 26%. What's 26% of 10 trillion? Well, let's do the math. $2.6 trillion was earmarked for what services? Public speaking. Absolutely. They bought that. They buy that. For fingerprinting. Absolutely. They bought that. They buy that. For notary services. They bought that. They buy that. For event management. They bought it and they buy it. For project management. They bought it. They buy it. For hospital attire. That's uniforms and clothing, right? They bought it. They buy it. For website building. They bought it. They buy it. For paternity testing, they bought it, they buy it. All those services. Kendall said video marketing, content creation, they bought it, they buy it. In fact, I sold video marketing services to the government during that year. Okay. $2.6 trillion on the very products and services that you sell. And my question to you is, did you get your piece of that pie? And we're only talking about federal. There's a lot more money on the table when you add the obligations that the state has to spend with you and the local city and county has to spend with you. The third part is systemize the process. For some entrepreneurs who've been trying to figure out government contracting, they're all over the place because they have no system in place. They're all over the place. They're confused and it's difficult because they have no blueprint. You have to find a system and plug into it. Systems work. If you generate under, it's like on average, right? This is just an average number, under 30 million over the last 3 years, then you're considered a disadvantaged business. If you have under 500 employees, you're considered a disadvantaged business. So when you look at the standards that they put out, what they're saying, what a small business and what a disadvantaged business is, and you're looking at that and you compare that to your reality, you're like, oh my God, I'm not even in the game. Like oh my God, I'm so micro, like I'm so small. But guess what? You're so small that they have opportunities for you to grow so big. And you have to maximize your power in that and go ahead and officially claim that yes, I'm at a disadvantage. What do you have for me? Well, the government says I have $2.6 trillion on the table. You can get your piece of the pie.